Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your September reading. I've laid out the cards on the horoscope wheel axes. I'll clarify with another deck and finish off with one of a couple of oracle decks. Let's get started, Taurus. Welcome to all of you that are new, and welcome back to those that I see regularly. Your overall energy, Taurus, how fortunate you are, how beautiful you are. The Empress card is one of your cards. This is Venus all over. This is you and your power. This is you and your abundance. This is you creating and generating abundance, comfort, security, safety wherever you go. But more than that, this is about you cultivating the dual capacity to receive what it is you create. That is, to be in a position to receive the rewards and moreover to enjoy the process of creating abundance, of generating ideas, of building wealth, prosperity on your own terms. This is about you harmonizing and balancing the elements in your life, particularly in your relationships. This has you really scrutinizing those joyful relationships, even those relationships that aren't joyful, with an eye to ways in which you can be graceful and compassionate. You can release any unhappiness, discomfort, or disappointment from the past, and only maintain those qualities, those parts of your relationship that serve you, that elevate you and others. In the first house, we have the Knight of Cups, and this is your focus right now. This is where you're bringing your mundane attention. You are looking at the way things make you feel with an eye towards feeling good, understanding that feeling good points you and validates the best way forward, the next steps for you. You may be exploring aspects of your experience that you never allowed yourself to feel. Maybe aspects of your body which you never needed to tend to before, but you're looking at them physically but symbolically as well, so that you're understanding where your voice comes from, how you articulate, how you tell your story, how you represent yourself, and how that makes you and others feel. And in this process, you're discovering new things about yourself. And this is a time of rich, imaginative, and creative potential for you. The fourth house is the house of your home, your past, your foundation. The Star card is absolutely about the hopefulness that you are now experiencing as you invest in yourself, as you have faith in your ability to do what needs to be done. And this can be in finding a home, in maintaining a home, selling a home, maintaining a family, a happy community. This is the way that you are now hopeful because you've invested substantially in healing any difficulties, issues, problems that you've had as part of your foundation. So this is also your family of origin, putting energy into understanding that, changing that, altering that in ways that you have control over, so that you now are feeling hopeful and optimistic, even excited about the possibilities of your home life, your family life. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Six of Pentacles shows you again really tending to your relationships. Your relationships are really about your stepping back in a way to realize and accept your strengths and weaknesses, so that you may be, as is often the case when this card shows up, a caretaker, someone who assumes responsibility for others, sometimes appropriately, sometimes inappropriately, but this does not have to always be your story. And you're coming to a place where you're testing, validating your relationships based on the reciprocity. You're not afraid of overgiving because you have so much to give, Taurus. You have so much love, so much creative ability, so much of a desire to harmonize every environment you're in. But you are concerned when the love, the attention you give is not reciprocated in some way, when your presence is not valued, when you're taken for granted. And this is something you're looking at, and you're recognizing that relationships moving forward need to come in on terms that are acceptable to you, which is reciprocity. Most relationships, most significant relationships, give us something that we value in exchange for our deep connection. In the 10th house, your social identity and the way you are in the world. The 5 of Swords is indicating that you are perhaps bogged down with lots of petty, contentious concerns and conflicts, perhaps in your place of employment, perhaps an authority figure is giving you grief. The environment of work feels not warm, not able to see you, not able to appreciate or validate your tremendous gifts. And this is, in some ways, causing you to doubt yourself in your employment, causing you to feel that there's something different you should be doing rather than continuing doing what you have been doing. What is important about this is that you are cultivating the ability to recognize that these unkind words, these misaligned tasks and busy responsibilities are really an issue for those that harbor feelings of envy, competition, or jealousy towards you. And as a result of that, by maintaining a perspective where you understand this has very little to do with who you are, you can negotiate any aspect of your job that you feel is inappropriate for you. You have the power of your words, and they should be used, but not to get back or retaliate, but to negotiate those responsibilities that feel burden and frivolous to you, so that you can actually put your attention to the things that you know are important. You can display and exhibit the talents that you have on the things that you know make your environment, improve your environment. In the Knight of Cups in the first house, we are clarifying with the Four of Wands in the second house and the Three of Coins in the third house. You have nothing but beautiful development of your resources and your own creative expression. So you may be not only looking at planning how you maximize your home environment, how you improve it, how you recognize it is a fundamental, foundational investment for you from which your loved ones, yourself, can grow and expand. This is really an inspiration, a support, an encouragement for you, stability, security, and safety, your protection from the world in a way that allows you to celebrate. You're also looking at a side hustle, an activity, a hobby, something that you can do for yourself. This may be a wonderful creative project. At work, this can be a project you take on with friends or with family to create something beautiful. This is to elevate the quality and value of something that is a concrete product or even a service. Maybe you're looking at becoming a consultant to certain kinds of organizations, as an example. But you may even be looking at going back to school, not necessarily for professional advancement, quite possibly, but also simply to do things that you enjoy that may create opportunities for you to look forward to. So that if you're taking a language class, for instance, that may create opportunities to travel. The star in the 4th house is clarified by the Justice in the 5th house and the King of Wands in the 6th house. There's something that you have created, something you have worked towards that you are deserving of, and you are finally receiving this thing. This can be some form of compensation. This can be a form of apology from a significant friend or family member. This can be a compensation for something you did and you never received your fair share from that. Whatever it is, this is boosting your confidence tremendously. It's making you realize that your efforts have never been wasted. There may be a strong leader, a friend who has a lot of influence over the way you work and your routines and habits. And that friend is supporting you to believe in yourself, to see your own value, to honor your own strengths and talents. And this is really elevating your expectations in relationships. The 6 of Pentacles in the 7th house is clarified by the 5 of Swords in the 8th house and the 10 of Swords in the 9th house. Wow. The 5 of Swords is a repeat. And the 10 of Swords is really speaking to this closure, the completion of a cycle, a very taxing cycle. This can have everything to do with the way that you are perhaps seeking advisement or support. You're recognizing limitations in your experiences in the past, ways that you maybe internalized a sense of inadequacy, felt or experienced, or continue to express self-doubts in a way that sabotages you, allows others to step in and block you from completing projects and pursuing desires that you feel are meant for your own happiness. You're learning to not only release those, but to also explore why you react in the way that you do. You're taking responsibility for your behaviors. You're seeing that your habit of questioning your own actions and motivations and questioning the actions and motivations of others is a distraction and allows you to cave into the sense of, my ideas really aren't that good, or I really wish I had finished college, or I'm just not smart enough, or I don't look good enough, I'm not young enough, that kind of negative self-talk. And this has come about through experiences you've legitimately had, and you may be having these experiences in your place of employment or in your community at large. And you're really digging into and releasing those habits, recognizing that as you take responsibility for your part in them, you see that they're no longer useful, but you learned something from these things. You've learned a lot. You've gotten to where you are because you are learning from these experiences. There's information there that you are taking. You're learning to pick your battles. The 5 of Swords in the 10th house is clarified by the 6 of Wands in the 11th house and the Death card in the 12th house. Yes, big, big closure. The closure I see primarily is disappointments, failures, releasing the kind of negative criticism, feedback, and the source of this negative self-talk that you indulge in, particularly if you notice it in others. If you're always correcting it, at least to yourself and others, it may be because you're recognizing this symptom of your own lack of belief in who you are, your lack of honoring who you are, your lack of self-forgiveness. And this is important to your ability to move on to all this beautiful, good stuff that you have, that you are cultivating right now. I hope that this reading has been helpful to you, Taurus. If so, please like and subscribe to my channel. I love your comments, your donations. I love all the ways that you support me. They certainly all matter to me. And, well, this card I pulled is envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I hope this is helpful to you, Taurus. I thank you for your time, and until next time, Namaste.